shift into tangible assets backing currencies, right? And so that phase appears to be, if it's not done, I think it's getting close to its completion. And then the third phase is like the speculative blow off. It's fear of missing out. It's when the retail investor starts to really get into what the industrial use is. And you have demand across the board on all levels. And I just look at this and I'm almost at a loss for words, because what comes next is uncharted territory for all of us.
Right.
What happens when you're investing in a commodity that the world needs and it runs out? This might be what we're starting to see.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And if we look at the charts for silver going all the way back to Rome, when Rome fell, silver exploded upwards. And then we can go throughout time, and there's like these events throughout time. They're waypoints. They happen every single time. We're at a point here in the U.S. history where we're at a waypoint where this financial system is about to collapse. So it's the same that's happened over and over again. And when it does, like we've been talking about, silver will, I mean, we talk about silver going to the moon. It's going to go way past the moon. Crypto is going to be a joke compared to silver going forward.
It is. And you know, when people think they missed the boat on crypto because they didn't get into Bitcoin when it was 1,000, right? Or whatever, or NVIDIA, this one's different.
Yeah,
right?
Good point.
This one is different because it's actually something that's actually needed. It's a commodity that's needed. So yeah, you've got the speculation, you've got the speculative blow-offs, but whenever you have something that provides utility, like going back to the Warren Buffett way of investing, right? Which is, I'm going to buy something of value and something that provides utility. That's how he's invested. That's how he became one of the wealthiest men in the world. Silver provides a utility, meaning it's needed. You can't have electronics. You can't have AI chips. You can't have missiles and torpedoes. You couldn't have electric vehicles. You couldn't have solar power. You couldn't have a lot of stuff without silver. So it means something. When you combine the need for something plus the speculative blow-off that happens, plus the fear of missing out, because going way back, I mean, we could go back 20 years. If you do a cross analysis study of the different markets, the stock market, the bond market, CDs, real estate, gold, silver, what's the number one asset in the world? It's actually been silver. It hasn't been the stock market. It hasn't even been gold. Silver is number one, gold is number two, stock market's number three. So even with everything we've seen over the last couple of decades, you're not going to get this message from your normal advisor that says, oh, buy and hold stocks for the long term. It's always going to be great. They're not going to tell you that silver was actually a better investment. But the numbers show that it has been. I remember going back, this is way, way back when I first got in the industry. I started buying silver when it was $4 an ounce.
Wow.
$4. And I've been buying it for a long time.
Yep.
Probably you started when it was in the single digits as well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so sometimes things can stay irrational longer than we can stay rational, right? But nobody's going to complain that, yeah, I got into 4 and it's never done what you said it was going to do. It's like, it's now 56.5. I wouldn't say any of those times were bad. But now, here's the thing. During that 20-year span, you can also multiply your profits by not buying and holding forever, right? There's times in that time frame when I was in gold from 2000 to 2007. I was in silver from 7 to 11. Then I was in gold from 11 to 20. Now we're in silver again. There's going to come a point when you have a speculative blow off in silver and it outpaces everything and you lock in those profits and you roll into gold and compound your ounces. That's the whole ratio trading strategy that we've talked about. This, like today, I was looking, the ratio today is like 74.5 to 1. I think before Thanksgiving, it was like close to 80 to 1. We just moved a good 4 or 5% in a day, right? And so this is exciting stuff, Michael. I can't say it enough. I'm tickled. I'm just so happy that people have taken this leap of faith over the years. Like, how long have we been doing a show together? Is it?
It's been, I know at least 3 years, maybe a little bit longer.
Maybe a little bit longer. That's what I was thinking too. So people are watching you and I talk, and they trust you because they've watched you for a long time, and you're trustworthy, and you give the truth when nobody else in media is doing it, right? And so they say, maybe we should take a chance on this Kirk guy. Michael trusts him, right? But that, to me, I don't take that lightly. That's a huge leap of faith.
I appreciate that.
When you look at like the 3 F's, faith, family, finances, right? Those occupy the hearts and minds of everybody, and you don't mess with those, right? And so making a decision in any of those that deal with your faith, your finances, your family is a big decision. So when people call us, I know that it's a scary call. It's like, I guess we should trust this guy. I don't know, but we've never met him, right? We're going to trust somebody with their finances. And now we've got 40,000 clients that have done what? They've, depending on when they got in back when we first started, they're up like 160%. Even people early on this year, silver's up 80% plus year to date.
Right.
It's not too shabby. Right. And here's, you haven't missed the boat. I can't say that enough, because what is coming is the last phase of a bull market. And I would just encourage you, like I'm shouting it from the rooftops, from the mountaintops, allocate into this trend right now. Because what we just saw, when you have a circuit breaker in silver where they halt trading on CME on a weird day, on a holiday, when the banks aren't even open, something's squirrely about this whole picture. Yeah. And I think there's something big about to happen.
I'm so glad you came on. I know you're feeling a little bit under the weather. You decided to come on anyway, and you sound great. You sound like your normal self. So
well, good.
Obviously you get invigorated by that stuff like I do.
Yeah.
But it is one of those times where it's not too late. You need to get into this. We want you to succeed, because those of you that are watching, you're on the up and up. You're going to be valuable to our nation going forward. So we want you to succeed, and this is the way you will succeed. So definitely want you guys to be, jumping into this. And like Dr. Kirk Elliott talked about, it's easy to move your valuable silver over into gold when you're at the depository with Dr. Kirk Elliott, guys. This is the other thing that I would tell you, because I know a lot of people are like, well, I'm just buying it for myself. But if you're going in a little bit more than average, you should be at the depository. There's no way I could keep all the silver that I've bought so far at home. It would be very dangerous, right, on many different levels. So definitely KEPM.com. Get with Dr. Kirk Elliott. His team's very incredible, valuable team. I've worked with his team. I've worked with Dr. Kirk Elliott personally. I've met him personally. He is on the up and up, like he's talking about. We want that kind of person going forward. So guys, please, transfer your money over into Dr. Kirk Elliott. If you got it, it's the best place to have it. So definitely one of the things you want to be in going forward.
Yeah. And, we talked a lot about the technicals today, Michael, but I want to end with, this is bigger than just the technicals.
Thank you.
This is, when Ray Dalio, one of the multi-billionaire, one of the largest hedge funds in the world, says this is a paradigm shifting moment that we're seeing, where central banks are realizing their era might be over, right? That the era of fiat-based money creation as we know it might be over.
Mm-hmm.
And what changes a system? It doesn't matter what changes a system. It doesn't matter if we're going to go into cryptocurrency, if we're going to have stable coins. it doesn't matter who the next world's reserve currency is going to be, whether it's the US dollar, whether it's the BRICS currency, whatever it's going to be. The key is change, right? When you bring in change, it's a paradigm shifting moment where the global monetary system as we know it is going to be something different, probably a year or 2 years from now than what it is today. How do you protect and preserve and grow and thrive? You look towards tangible assets. See, this isn't a technical. This is a fundamental shift about how people view money. And we've entered the time now where you can create debt like they have for stimulus money, and you just kind of worm your way through the economy. It's like, okay, we'll tax and we'll create money and we'll print when we shouldn't. And, and that always works for a while. At some point, though, you hit a point of critical mass, right? And that's where we're at, is this point of critical mass. The debt can't be paid off. And the biggest fundamental shift in the global economy that I think we've seen in our generation happened last week. And that's the Japan bond market.
Yes.
I mean, when they had their meeting and the Central Bank of Japan has their meeting and they tell everybody, oh, we're going to raise rates again. And the Japanese parliament, they're standing up and they're yelling and they have telling them, you got to sit down. Why would they do that? Why were they so upset? Right. So they're so upset because the Japanese yen carry trade, 0% interest rate since like 1989 or whenever it's been. That's been the global financing arm. Every single country all over the world, hedge funds, big, massive financial institutions could borrow the yen at zero.
Yep.
And an instant arbitrage. They could take it the same day and invest in sovereign debt like US treasuries, European treasuries, which is basically, hey, when you're investing in sovereign treasuries, they have a printing press. It's considered the safest thing in the world. So that's borrowing at zero, getting 3 to 4%. That's over because now the yen is at 3.75%. It's not that much different than what the US dollar is. So the Japanese are going to say what? They're going to say, well, why would we keep investing in US dollars? Let's boost our own currency. The yield is about the same. So they're going to dump their US treasuries. This could actually dramatically impact the dollar, but it's going to end the carry trade as we know it, which is what comes after that is ugliness like we've never seen. We've seen market corrections before. We saw one in 2009. We saw one in 2000 in tech stocks. What we've never seen is the global financing arm shutting down and no longer being there. So there is no more liquidity and stimulus to fund the global economy. This is where you could see the stock market come collapsing down. You could see bond markets, sovereign debt all over the world come crashing down. I don't want to be an alarmist, right?
You're not, because we just saw this. The Japanese carry trade in April basically just collapsed the market very rapidly, and it just happened again. It's very quiet. It was very subtle, but it happened just recently where I think crypto lost $1.2 trillion worth of value in a very short time. It's a Japanese carry trade like you're talking about. So the debt instruments are going to unwind, and they're going to collapse this market all across the world.
All across the world. And this is where I get giddy, even though I'm feeling under the weather. I am excited about it. Where you have the fundamentals, you have monetary systems changing, and you have technicals. All the puzzle pieces are fitting together perfectly. Take advantage of this moment in time. So I don't know if we ever get this moment in time again.
And like you're saying, it's not too late to get in, because this, I think, will easily double, triple from where it's at right now, very easily into next year. Who knows, maybe even sooner. But it's going to be, triple digit and deep into triple digits into next year. And when this market collapses, might be a little pullback, and then it's going to go to the moon again. So great opportunity to get in, guys. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. KEPM.com. Get a free consultation. Get your money You've seen a lot of people in the chat are like, buy, buy, buy. It's not too late, guys. It is not too late. You're still going to double, triple. Crypto is going to be a joke going forward, and silver is going to be like, and then gold, they'll be shining like the kings they are. All right. Thank you, Dr. Kirk Elliott. Man, you sounded great. I couldn't tell there was a problem, so good for you. Lots of prayer going your way. So everybody say a prayer for Dr. Kirk Elliott so he gets well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.